Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So Microsoft has rolled out the latest optional bug fix C release update for Windows 11, 25 and 24H2. And this is the first optional update for the year. And the update rolled out late yesterday in my part of the world on the 30th of January. Now, one or two things just to talk about before we have a look at what the update includes. Only install optional updates because they are just that optional. If you are experiencing issues with your PC, else ignore the update, because these optional preview updates are known to cause issues, more issues even than the security updates. So just keep that in mind, and just take note that if you've got this toggle on, the update is automatic. So if you don't want to have an automatic optional update installed, then turn this toggle off. Now, if we head into update history, the update is KB5074105. And once the update has been applied, as you can see, the build is bumped up to 26,200.7705. That's for Windows 11 25H2. And if you are running 24H2, that'll just be 26,100.7705. Now, there's quite a bit to get through. We've got 10 new features, fixes, and improvements. So just to dive straight in. Now, first of all, if you are running a Copilot Plus PC, there's a new feature for the agent in settings where Microsoft says the settings agent now supports more languages. So that's support for German, Portuguese, Spanish, Korean, Japanese, Hindi, Italian, and Chinese simplified. So that's the only feature rolling out just for Copilot Plus PCs. Everything else now is rolling out gradually. So the new features and the fixes and improvements I'm going to mention now are all rolling out gradually. So you may see them, you may not. So just take note of that. Now, first of all, there's a new feature for cross-device resume. So if we head into resume, Microsoft says you can now continue activities from your Android phone on your PC based on the apps and services you use, including resuming Spotify playback, working in Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, or continuing a browsing session. Now, I don't use resume, but if you do, that may be a step in the right direction. And then I'm just going to mention the next one because I think our musicians who view this channel will be quite happy about this, is that the update improves MIDI on Windows with enhanced support for MIDI 1.0 and MIDI 2.0, including full WinMM and WinRT MIDI 1 support with built-in translation, shared MIDI ports across apps, custom port names, loopback and app-to-app MIDI, plus performance improvements and bug fixes. As mentioned, delivering, Microsoft says, a better experience for musicians. So if you are a musician, that's also a nice move. And then the next new feature is for Narrator, which is an accessibility feature. Microsoft says that Narrator now gives you more control over how it announces on-screen controls. You can now choose which details are spoken and adjust their order to match how you navigate apps. And then if we head into our home page, in settings, there's a new feature which is a device card, where you can now view a device card on the settings home page. And as you can see, I don't have a new device card. And the reason for that is because Microsoft says it's only rolling out currently to users in the United States. So it's region specific, but nonetheless, it shows key specifications and usage details for your PC. And this card appears when you sign in with your Microsoft account, according to Microsoft. And here's one I'm happy to see, but unfortunately, I haven't received it yet because, as mentioned, these features are rolling out controlled. There's a new improvement for Smart App Control. So if we head into our Windows Security, App and Browser Control, Smart App Control, Microsoft says you can now turn Smart App Control on or off without any clean install requirement, which was previously the case. That is no more. You can turn it on and off now Even if you have done an update like I have, I didn't clean install Windows 11 on this device. I did an update. That's why it's grayed out. But maybe you've got better luck than me, and I actually think that's a very nice move in the right direction. Now I've been able to turn it on or off either way. And when turned on, Smart App Control helps block untrusted or potentially harmful apps, as you may well know. And heading back to accessibility in settings, this time we're going to head to voice access. There's a new feature for voice access where Microsoft says you can now download a speech model for your chosen language by selecting your preferred input microphone, and you can also learn what voice access can help you do on your Windows PC. And then Microsoft also says there's a new voice typing feature which is called wait time before acting, which is a setting in voice typing which enables you to adjust the delay before a voice command runs. And there's a new feature for Windows Hello. Windows Hello Enhanced Sign-in Security now supports peripheral fingerprint sensors. And then for the start menu, we get two fixes, which is nice to see. With Microsoft saying the first one is the update addresses an issue where the warning message that appears when you shut down your computer while other users are signed in might cut off at the edge of the start menu. So that's nice to see. That's a niggly issue. And the update addresses an issue where start might open on the wrong side of the screen when you use Arabic or Hebrew as your display language and the taskbar icons aren't centered. So that means if you're running a left-aligned taskbar. So that's also nice to see for those regions. Then guys, there's a couple of fixes and improvements which I'm just going to mention as to not draw this video out too long. I'm just going to go through these quickly. There's an improvement for lock screen where the update includes some underlying changes that help address cases where the lock screen might become unresponsive. There's a fix for Windows Update where the update addresses an issue where trying to join the Windows Insider program from settings, Windows Update might get stuck. So that's nice to see. That's been patched. And there's an improvement for File Explorer with Microsoft saying the update includes some underlying changes that help improve responsiveness of File Explorer when navigating in network locations. And there's a fix for logging into your PC with Microsoft saying that the update addresses an issue where Explorer.exe, which is File Explorer, your start menu, your taskbar, and so on, might stop responding, as in it'll hang, the first time you sign into your PC if certain apps were configured as startup apps. This could make the taskbar not appear. So that's, if you were experiencing that, that's a nice fix and a move in the right direction. There's a fix for activation. The update addresses an issue where in some cases valid Windows license migration might fail when upgrading because the device couldn't register with the Windows activation server. There's a fix for desktop icons where the update addresses an issue where desktop icons unexpectedly move when interacting with files such as opening or renaming them. So that's a niggly issue also. That's nice to see that's been addressed. There's an input fix. The update addresses an issue where the keyboard character repeat delay labels in settings were reversed. There's a fix for UAC, user account control. The update addresses an issue where your PC might stop responding when attempting to run Windows Terminal elevated from a non-admin account. And there's a sandbox fix where the update addresses an issue that could cause Windows Sandbox to stop responding during startup and displays an error 0x800705B4. So guys, those new features, improvements, and fixes I've just mentioned are all rolling out gradually. So you may get them currently or you may not. And then just to go through some fixes and improvements that are on a normal rollout. So everybody should be getting these. I'm not mentioning all because some are taking place deep under the hood, but just what you might be interested in. This release for Windows 11 version 24H2 will execute updates in the boot manager on devices that already have the Windows UEFI CA 2023 certificate in their secure boot signature database. It replaces the 2011 signed boot mgfw.efi with the 2023 one. So that's all Microsoft updating its secure boot certificates, which is nice to see. And there's a new improvement where the update adds a feature for data protection application programming interface domain backup key management. And here's a fix for a known issue, which is very nice to see. The update fixes an issue where the password icon might not appear in sign-in options on the lock screen. And I've posted a whole video on that, so that's very nice to see that password icon has now been reintroduced and has made a comeback. Nice to see a known issue fixed. And the update addresses black screen issues in isolated multi-user environments, typically after a Windows upgrade. The update addresses an issue where certain GPU configurations might recently have experienced a system error. Second last one to mention, the update addresses an issue that could cause a system to stop responding during startup when Windows Boot Manager debugging is enabled. And the last one, another fix for Start menu. If you are using the phone link companion, which is the widget that can be enabled next to the right-hand side of the Start menu, I don't use it, but if you are, the update addresses an issue where for some users selecting the Hide This Pane button in the mobile device side panel might not lead to the setting to hide the pane. So guys, quite a lot going on in this update, and I certainly hope that this update does not introduce more issues. We have had quite a lot of issues that have been plaguing Windows users after installing the security update that rolled out earlier this month for Patch Tuesday. But nonetheless, if I get knowledge of any issues, I'll post ASAP and let you guys know. And something just to mention quickly before I end this video, I almost forgot, is there is a little change that wasn't in the changelog, where if you head to your widgets board, as an example, if you head to the sidebar and you click on widgets and you close the widgets board now, it now remembers the option and the option you selected. So it opens back up on the widgets where previously it would go by default back to your Discover feed. So I think that's a nice move in the right direction. So nice to see that little improvement. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.